Good morning. It's Wednesday, so I just want to acknowledge the fact that I missed last week's video. I know. So last week we were filming for a pilot for a show that I'm working on, and it was crazy. Last week was insane, mainly because we were working 15-hour days. And besides that, I like to think that I have a life. I like to think that, but it's actually a joke in the office. Like, girl, you got a life? What life? I have a life. I have a few things that, I do outside of work, but it was crazy. It was like super stressful. I was super tired. It was just a lot having not been on set in a long time in that capacity. So, um, it was crazy and I was super stressed out. And last week, one of the things I realized is that I need to learn how to manage stress. Like, let's see, like Monday, I was boohoo crying. Like, I don't know if I could do this. It's so hard. And granted, like I'm extremely dramatic and extremely emotional, but I didn't know whether I was doing the right thing or this wasn't for me. Like, that's how bad it was. But at the end of the day, I realized, like, this is for me. Maybe it's going to be stressful, but I got to figure it out. And last week, I really learned what it means to feel stress. Feel it, like, physically. I felt it in my chest. My head was hurting so bad. I had even called one of my friends, like, man, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. We went to our Thomas at like 11 o'clock at night, and he was just like, yo, you gonna be okay. Like, it's gonna be all right. You know, this isn't always gonna be this way. But one of the things that I realized last week that was super, super, super important was for me to learn how to manage stress. We're all gonna have stress. I mean, I called one of my friends. I called Alicia, like, "Yo, like, how you doing? I just want to check on you." And she's like, "Girl, I'm stressed out. And I'm just realizing, like, is stress gonna always be there? Like, is that something that we have to deal with? And in asking myself that, I'm like, I just need to learn how to manage stress because clearly this job is going to be stressful. I mean, my boss was like, if you're not crazy, then there's something wrong. Like, these kind of shows will drive you nuts. And so I had to learn, I'm learning how to manage stress. And what's really important for me doing this video is learning how you all manage stress. Like, what do you do when you're super stressed out at work? Because work seems to be the thing. What do you do to manage stress? Last week, how I dealt with it was I had to talk about it. I had to talk about it. I had to take deep breaths in, take deep breaths out, and remember how I want to feel. Remember what the ultimate goal is. And the ultimate goal is to continue to grow as a producer, one day be on camera for these big productions. So I had to realize, like, this may be how it's going to be, and I have to learn how to manage stress. And I think we should all learn how to manage stress because clearly it's just something that's going to happen. And my way of managing last week was simply taking deep breaths in and deep breaths out and talking about it. What is it that's bothering me? How can I fix this? And one of my friends even said, she was like, she talks to God all the time. I was like, I talk to God a lot, but maybe in these situations I need to talk to him a little bit more because I felt on the verge of crazy. Like, I literally felt like I was walking on the border of crazy. Now I feel better, but, and I even listened to some of my league's podcasts that was just like how to overcome success, tip to staying focused, how to be thorough, just these constant reminders that, we're on a path to greatness. And this is just part of it. The road is hard. And as we achieve greater, the road gets tougher. And, we just kind of have to accept those things. So if you have I'm like all hunched over. But I look cute. This makeup looks good. No, but if you have a way that you deal with stress, I really want to know because I'm trying to manage it. I'm really trying to manage a lot of things, but stress is a big thing for me right now. And I really would love to know how you all are managing stress. And I would love to, do another video on tips to manage, on like real tips to manage stress. Um, yeah, so leave them in the comments below. Let me know. Stress is something that we really should not accept as a defeat and more accept as a way to a path to overcoming, like, so if I'm dealing with stress, what direction can I take to overcome this? Because it's going to be a part of life, instead of accepting is I'm going to be distressed, I'm going to be stressed, I'm going to allow myself to feel this way. No, we do not have to feel this way. We get to choose at any moment how we want to feel, and I want to feel joy, happiness, love, and all of that. I don't want to feel stress. I didn't come here to be stressed out. Let me know, comments below. There's a few things coming up I want to tell you about, but I'll tell you about them soon. Thank you. Happy Wednesday.